Hey, chiropractors, welcome to Modern Chiropractic Mastery with your host, Dr. Kevin Christie, where we discuss the latest in marketing, business, and professional growth with some of the leading experts in the industry. Welcome to another episode of Modern Chiropractic Mastery. Today, we have a solo episode, and we're going to go through the tool that we went through on a previous episode a couple weeks ago, and that is going to be the capacity block breakthrough. This time, we're going to focus on time, and a lot of times you have a block with your time, and you have that crutch of, I don't have enough time to do X, Y, and Z, and so we're going to dive into that today. But before we do, just to make mention, in a couple weeks on November 1st, Monday, look out for emails and some posts. We are going to launch our next online course, and this is going to be titled the Cash Confident Chiropractor. Last year, we did an online course, and it was a huge success. A lot of attendees, a lot of great results, a lot of great feedback. That was on the 30K a month course, where we talked about the importance of getting the 30K revenue a month. Not that you only want to stay there, but getting there and what that does as an unlock for your practice. And we helped you with a strategy to achieve that. And so now what our goal is to really turn you into a very seasoned financial strategist for your practice, not for anybody else, but I really want you to leave this 6-week online course really understanding finances and practice finances and even how it bleeds into your personal life. And this time around, I'm bringing in a couple experts. I'm bringing in Dr. Holly Tucker from the Profit First model to dive in and do a lesson. I'm bringing in Christine Odell to bring in a lesson on cash flow and how to predict cash flow and strategies around cash flow. You know, with money, there's a lot of complication, right? There's a difference between profit and profit margin, cash flow. You could have a year where you have good profit, but 3 bumps in a row the year where cash flow is bad. Maybe you don't have proper liquidity. Maybe your forecasting's off. Maybe your business is doing good, but your personal life is getting out of control financially, or maybe your personal life is pretty good, but your business is not, or maybe the business is not doing well, so it's bleeding in your personal life. We're going to tackle all those things in a 6-week course. So look out for that. We're going to make it very reasonable investment for you. I want you to have this information. You can keep it forever, revisit it, and just look out for that. We will launch an early bird on November 1st. If you did take our 30K course last year, you will also get a little bit more of a discount than the early birds. So look out for that. Let's take a break from today's episode and announce our first sponsor. This is going to be Propel Marketing and Design. I've known Darcy Sullivan for years. We've worked hand in hand on my websites. I don't trust anybody else to do this search engine optimization. She does a great job. There's so much to it. A lot of the lingo and the words are beyond my comprehension, but it's just amazing work that she does. And if you're really going to get results with Google, you have to make sure your website is SEO optimized. And I really don't want you doing it yourself as a chiropractor. So you just have to have this type of stuff done. And if you're looking to get more organic online traffic that pulls in new patients, Propel Marketing and Design is currently offering chiropractors who listen to this podcast a free SEO website review. The free review will help you uncover methods that will improve your website and boost your search engine visibility. Head over to propelyourcompany.com/chiropractor and schedule your free SEO website review. You won't regret it. She gets great results. Your website needs this. Your search results need this. Head on over there to propelyourcompany.com/chiropractor to get your free SEO website review. All right, time. As Pink Floyd once wrote in their song called Time, ticking away the moments that make up a dull day, you fritter and waste the hours in an offhand way, kicking around on a piece of ground in your hometown, waiting for someone or something to show you the way. It's very apropos, and I think oftentimes chiropractors are waiting for someone to show them the way of time management or how to effectively utilize time. And yeah, none of us have enough time. A lot of us have we're in different stages of life. We're young kids or just open up a practice. There's just a lot of variations. So I get it. So I'm not going to sit here today and preach to you that you should have more time and your life isn't busy. I'm not going to do that, but we're going to talk about time. And when we have a client that we are working with where time is an issue, but they are open minded about improving their time. And obviously, a lot of times it's priorities, right? We always talk about time management, and that's fine. But oftentimes it's priority management and getting that straight. And then sometimes it's diving deep into why maybe you have that block in time. And so again, the capacity block breakthrough, we write down what our block is. We've written out a handful, could be support team members you don't have. You have a block there. Maybe you have a block in clinical duplication. Like you don't have, you need an associate. Maybe a block in space. You don't have enough space. Could be equipment, marketing, mindset, time, profit and cash, delegation, right? So there's a lot. When we did this on the previous episode, we talked about really that block, that capacity block where you're just clinically you can't see more patients in a timely manner and you're just your schedule's just booked. But you need to grow, right? And so we tackled that. Today, we're tackling time, and what we do is we from there we set a date of ideal completion. Doesn't have to be exact, but we do that, and then we go and we look at like, are there any of the following that I just or the ones I just mentioned, all the different blocks, are any of those actually causing the block you think you have, right? So if we have a time block, we got to dig in deeper and say, okay, why do I have a time block? And I'm going to go through five today of the ones I just kind of listed. And it could be some of these. And this is where if we narrow down that one big domino, then we can help you tackle that from a coaching perspective. But maybe the first one is you don't have enough support team members, right? Maybe you're doing particular things in your business, your practice that frankly you shouldn't be doing, right? Like Gino Wickman in his book Shine talks about the $20 an hour tasks. And again, there's nothing wrong with $20 hour tasks, but as a business owner and frankly as a doctor, right? Like you gotta be treating patients. That's a three, four, $500 an hour task. And so there's nothing wrong with that. It might not even be $20 anymore. It's probably $30 an hour task with inflation. But maybe you're just lacking a team member there or a half a team member, so a part timer that could get things off your plate and free you up to have some time. So, is that an issue? And as you're listening to this, maybe you start thinking about that. Like, do you need a support team member? Let's take a short break for one of our great sponsors, TrackStat. It is a new type of software plugin for your EHR that combines patient communication, marketing, automation, and statistics with patient and employee tracking. Built by chiropractors for chiropractors, it shows your team what to focus on each day. See patient visit habits, missing information, unpaid bills, insurance collection visit average, and more. Great visibility of data so you can focus on filling your office with your best patients. When you can see what your staff and patients are doing or not doing and take action accordingly, your profits naturally grow. Take TrackStat for a test drive in your office with our free trial. Not a techie, no problem, we can help. To get started on your free trial, visit trackstat.org and watch the demo. That is trackstat.org. Number two is going back to that clinical duplication, right? If maybe you had an associate, you could now take Tuesdays off, right? And now you have Tuesday completely off, and that gives you a space for time to do whatever it is. Maybe you're not doing enough marketing in your practice or community outreach because you don't have enough time. Maybe you're not creating enough video content or anything because you don't have enough time. Maybe you're not working out because you don't have enough time, right? Maybe you're not spending enough time with your kids because you don't have enough time. So if you had Tuesday off because you had the ability to get another doctor in there, that time could be used for some of those things that you feel like are missing from your professional or your personal life, right? So Do we need an associate? Number 3 is mindset. Again, I think this becomes a priority thing, right? Are you willing to, maybe you're like, I'm an early bird, right? And so when I had to jump back into care, I was out of patient care in 2022, middle of 22 to the middle of 23. Had all the time in the world to focus on the 2 businesses that I own and run, and then I had doctor leave and move, and I had to jump back into full-time care, and so I got up at 5 AM for about 2 years straight and worked from 5 to 6:15 AM, to get MCM stuff done, and I'm an early bird, so that wasn't so bad, wasn't ideal, but I did it, and it was a priority, and then from 6:15 to 7:30, I spent time with the kids in the morning, and then I got showered, ready for work, came to treat patients. Maybe you're a night owl and so maybe the kids go to bed, and from 9 to 10, you can get particular work done for your business, right? So, shifting your mindset of priorities that are actually gonna move the needle for yourself professionally and personally, you gotta get clear on that. And, one of the first mindsets is being open to being challenged on the fact that you are saying you have lack of time, okay? And so sometimes we have to dive into the mindset of it. And sometimes it's just a season of life, right? Like I knew the 5 AM thing was for a couple years. I knew it wasn't forever. And so sometimes when you realize like, yeah, I got to grind right now, or you're in your late 20s and and you don't have kids, like you got to be, that's when you're grinding. That's when you're spending a lot more time. Maybe it's 60 hours a week working. But, in your mid 30s, late 30s, mid 40s, whatever, when the kids are there and things like that, maybe you're not because you've got that career capital that Cal Newport would say is that you've put in the investment earlier and now you're getting the return on that career capital. Okay. So the mindset is a block sometimes people have for time. The 4th one is going back, this one's always a block for some people, is profit and cash. Now, it's not always, like, I've got people we coach where they've got the profit and the cash, and they don't have the time, and then it's a mindset thing where it's like, "Oh, I don't wanna hire a doctor for this, that, and the other reason," or, you're just mired in busy work and not the work that's really effective, or you don't wanna add more payroll even though you do have room for payroll, or you don't understand if you have room for payroll or not. So you're concerned about adding that support team member. And so there are some of you that don't have a profit and cash issue, and it's the other ones only. Now, there's obviously some where you're saying to me as you listen to this, well, you go, well, yeah, I'd love to hire an associate and take Tuesdays off, but I can't afford it. It's like, all right, we got to get you to be afford. We got to be able to afford that. That's where we got to increase revenue. We got to get new patients in there. We got to get improve patient adherence. We have to um, really increase that revenue. Or maybe we got to sign up for the cash confident chiropractor course we're going to do so you understand finances and have a plan to attack it to even understand when and how you can afford an associate. That's some of the stuff we'll talk about in that course. So profit and cash as we dig in can definitely be the big block where it's like, yeah, um, I would hire a support team member and or an associate, but I don't have the money for it. And so that's a reality. Let's take a short break from today's episode to tell you about the best decision I've made in my clinic in the last 10 years. And that has been adding shockwave therapy to our clinic. The outcomes have been really impressive. Certain conditions we were struggling with in the past, we're now seeing results with the shockwave therapy for that. And second of all, the ROI has been really good. When you make a big investment in something, you want to see a return. And we're seeing that return in clinical outcomes and in our investment. And that's been really nice to see. I chose Keenest Medical for 4 reasons. One is the technology is top notch. You have to have great technology. There's a lot out there that isn't quite up to snuff. The second thing is they have a really good clinical training. They have an exclusive partnership with Academy of Shockwave Excellence so that you can become clinically proficient in shockwave. You do need to get skilled at it. I think that's a big differentiator between practices that are getting great results and seeing the ROI is they have a great clinical aspect to that as well. So you want to get trained appropriately. Third is they have in-house service team for all of your technical support, which is key when you're investing in a machine like this. And then lastly, they have a very in-depth marketing and business support for you so that you can launch this into your practice effectively, that you can get that ROI on it, that you can get the clinical outcomes. And they also have really good financing options if you need that. So go to kinasmedical.com, KINAS medical.com, mention MCM podcast and receive a free Shockwave in practice book with a purchase of a unit. So that's kinasmedical.com, KINAS medical.com, and mention MCM podcast. Lastly is delegation, right? Some of you have the support team members or someone you have someone virtually. You've got that. You just haven't wrapped your mind around the delegation and strategic delegation and enrolling people and helping you move the ball forward. And like strategic coach talks about, you might be that rugged individualist. And some of you are like you kind of you raise your flag on the fact that you're a lone wolf and you got super low overhead and like I'm always going to be a lone wolf and it's literally just you and you're doing everything and that's fine. I did that for a stretch until I could afford someone, but you don't have a vision of getting out of that because you actually look at it as a positive. It's fine if you're a lone wolf right now, but you're just working towards hiring someone. And we've got clients that we're helping with that. But delegation is like you got to get things off your plate to free you up, right? And it's huge. And then from there, you like those are like the 5 blocks we see. I would say we have a whole kind of time priority management system that we teach our chiropractors, and a lot of times it's under the mindset thing of just like they got to wrap their mind around it, and once we go over it, it makes sense to them, right? Like certain things, like I get ahead of my calendar 3 weeks in advance, and I even put things on there like my workouts and all the things, right? So I my calendar looks crazy, but it's actually by having guardrails there, it does free me up because I'll block out. Like this morning, I blocked out from 7:20 a.m. to 9 a.m. Just free time. And I went for a walk and thought and things like that. So you would even put in that, or maybe it's deep work blocks where it's like I need 2 hours of deep work on something. You put that on the schedule. So we really try to get you committed on your calendar to do that. And that's one of the strategies we have around helping you improve your time slash priority management. And it's been very eye opening for many, very helpful for others. And you just got to get a grasp of the time. Like if you own your practice, you need to be spending, 4 to 6 hours a week working on your business, whether that's coaching calls, implementing that, community outreach, marketing, financial planning, team training with your team. I mean, you got to be working on the business if you're doing it. If you're currently not the practice owner, but you're a doctor, you need to be working on the business by getting out and building your own patient base and meeting with people and connecting and shooting videos. And maybe it's learning business and marketing and stuff like that. So you got to carve out the time to do this. Once you signed up to be a business owner or you're wanting to be a business owner at some point, you've signed up to work on your business too and get better at that and carve out the time to be able to do it. So time is a reality for everybody. Everybody's in a different stage of life. There are strategies to improve it. It's never perfect. It's a fluid situation. Sometimes it feels good, sometimes it doesn't. There's seasons of the year in the life where you have more time than others, and just appreciate that and have some flexibility around it, and you can improve it. So that is the capacity block breakthrough, and we broke down time on this one. So work on that. If you need help with it, check out our website, modernchiropracticmarketing.com. We have coaching options for you to help you improve your practice. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And if you want to make the shift from busy, broke, and broken to time-free and cash confident, or you just want to continue with the exponential growth, check us out at modernchiropracticmarketing.com. Look at the MCM Mastery tab, watch the short video on there, and check out what we are doing now for evidence-informed chiropractors. We are equal parts coaching and marketing done for you. Yes, you shoot some videos, we help you with campaign strategies and ideas and really become a thought leader in your community. You shoot those videos, you send them to us, we produce, edit, and brand them to you. Then we distribute them through all of your channels. We also take them and we turn it into one good blog per month. And every other month, we have Darcy Sullivan producing a robust blog with a topic that you pick from her database to help with your SEO. So we essentially become your content marketing agency to make sure your practice is always having ethical, elegant content marketing to help grow your practice. On the coaching side, we also help you with everything from marketing ideas to business, communications, finances, anything practice growth, and really try to help prevent you from being stuck on that island. And we hold you accountable. We have a great group of doctors that are just doing amazing things, and we look forward to help you out to take that next step in your practice. So again, check us out at modernchiropracticmarketing.com and learn more.